Everyone, it is Elle. Today we're going to read about somebody pretty creepy. You take a look at his picture and tell me what you think. His name is Grant Hardin, and there's just something about his eyes that totally creep me out. He's got those dead flat eyes that just look gross. I don't know, it's so gross. Um, so who he is, if you haven't heard of him, there's a whole movie about him, Devil in the Ozarks. He is a former police chief from Arkansas, and he was in jail in Arkansas, and he escaped prison. So, how did he do it? He actually made a makeshift uniform that looked like he was one of the security or prison guards and walked out of jail. He like walked up to the gate. They thought he was one of the guards. They opened the gate for him and let him through. Well, it's not good to have the death card on the bottom. That may be foreshadowing a little bit of something that may happen here. Some people say the bottom card does matter, and I guess we're going to find that out. So the deal with Grant Hardin and why he is in prison is that he's really ballsy. I mean, he raped a teacher in her classroom and in the bathroom while a church assembly was meeting in the same school. So they were holding a church service. And the teacher was working Sunday, getting ready for, the upcoming week. And he got into her classroom and into the bathroom. And it just, and the way they found him for that he was guilty of that, was because he also later, okay, so the teacher rape was way back in 1997, but in 2017, he shot somebody who was pulled over on the side of the road in the face. And I don't know if they ever really found a motive for why he did that. I didn't find it in the articles. If one of you knows, maybe you could put it in the comments so I can understand that too. He was found guilty for that. He had a wife and daughter at the time when he was arrested with them. They were with him when he was arrested. He was found guilty, put in prison, and his DNA at that time was also linked to this crime against this teacher, who was a third grade teacher back in 1997. So good. He was locked up, but now he's running free. And as you can imagine, everyone is out hunting him, trying to find him. This is in Arkansas. Glad I don't live in Arkansas anymore right now. $20,000 reward by the FBI, $5,000 reward by the U.S. Marshal Service, and let's see if they can find him. We're just going to read the usuals. One of the questions was did he get help from inside the prison to escape? So we're going to look into that. We're going to look at the places they think he could be: in a forest, maybe in a home or shed hiding, maybe using the waterways, so walking through the water. There's a lot of little creeks that run through Arkansas. Maybe in a cave. They said the area where he escaped, there's a lot of caves. So we're going to ask a general kind of where is he, tips for searchers, a clue to know where to go, all those good things. We'll find out if he'll be found, if the cards say he will, and what at the end we're going to ask too, is he going to harm anybody else while he's out there? Because he's got a history, and if he'll be taken back into custody alive. So with that, let's get started. I'm going to take a second to think about Grant Hardin. I hate thinking about his picture though, because it's back in my mind and he gives me just such bad energy. He's got really bad energy. He's got energy of somebody that likes to hurt other people and takes pleasure in it. He takes pleasure in it. Definitely a lot of domestic violence with this man. And I also feel that he enjoys hurting people, taunting people, teasing people, razzing people, getting them riled up. He takes pleasure in all of that. Like, he enjoys it. Not a healthy person in his mind. Okay, first thing we're going to ask, did he get help from inside the prison? Because at first they were saying they thought he did. Now they're saying they don't think he did. So let's see what we get with the cards. Did Grant Hardin get help from inside the prison? So this is the Two of Swords. That's planning. That's planning. And what I get with that, I think some of his plans came from, I don't know if somebody particularly, well, I mean, it is planning. So someone could have, let me put it this way. Someone could have purposefully planned with him how to escape, as in, this is what you do and being serious. But someone also could have, in a way that they had no clue they were feeding into this, said, oh, yeah, you know how we've all been like, well, if I got $1 million, I would go do this and this and this and this. I mean, it could have been kind of like, well, this is the way I would escape from prison. And who knows if somebody working at the prison chimed in thinking it was all sort of like, yeah, like you're going to win the lottery, like you're going to actually escape from prison. There's some sort of something that went into the planning, though. I see it. I see it because the Two of Wands is your planning card. The person's got ideas, looking out into the world with those ideas, thinking about how they can make those ideas happen. Okay, that's what Two of Wands is. So I do see there was some help with the planning, whether intentional or unintentional. It does look like there was some help. Maybe we should ask, was it intentional help with the planning? It'll all come out eventually, I do believe. Was it intentional help with the planning? Someone working there intentionally helped him. Okay, so this is sort of the person did not plan to move forward. It does make me feel more unintentional. And I only say that because now we've got the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man is somebody who's not moving forward. What did we say we got on this card? Somebody is making plans and planning to go forward. But the Hanged Man doesn't move. He doesn't go forward. So while I feel like somebody did jokingly or a way to waste the afternoon away, like, well, how would you escape from prison? I don't think that person ever thought this would really move forward. Okay. It was all kind of hypothetical theories of maybe the greatest prison escapes. And, if I were to do it, that kind of thing is what I'm getting. Okay. So I don't see active help on the inside. Passive, unintentional help, possibly. All right. So what else do we have? Well, where is he? We've got like he could be hiding in a lot of different places. So let's just ask if he's out in the forest, in actual the outside. Shoot, I don't know. Hiding in a carved out tree. Where is he? Is he in the forest? Well, this is a home, so that's interesting. The card we got is a home. Is a home. I'm not seeing him in a forest, but that makes me a little leery that he may be in a home. And this is somebody inviting him in too, so that makes me even more like, let's see if he's in a home or shed or shelter. That was my next card. So tell us about Grant Hardin being in a home, a shed, a shelter, some sort of structure, man-made structure. Let's see what we get. I do kind of feel like that maybe where he is. This is the Ace of Pentacles. It does look like he may be receiving a little bit of help. It does kind of make me feel that way. The Ace of Pentacles is, I mean, it's like, just keep going, just keep going. And there's this tangible thing here, which can stand for, something you can touch, something you can hold. It's could be a house, could be a shed, could be a man-made structure. So with cards like that, I do feel like he's hiding somewhere, not just wandering out in the forest. I'll say at this moment, how that could change, right? Today is June 1st, almost 4 o'clock p.m. Central Time. All right, waterways. Is he using the waterways as a way to travel? That's what you do when you're smart, right? Because the dogs can't pick up your scent. You get in the water, you move through the water. Is he using the waterways? Well, that's a King of Wands. So that does tell me he's very smart in his activities. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to do it. Um, it's possible he's using waterways. Not a water card though. So the King of Wands is very actively planning though everything he's going to do. I would guess well, especially being that he's a police chief, he knows what he's doing and he's no dummy. I mean, his smarts are right up there with the people that are hunting him. I'll put it that way. The smarts are right up there with them. Lots of wands in this reading. Very active. This man's being very active. Very active. I guess that makes sense. He's trying to escape. Is he in a cave? I did get more of a man-made shelter. Let's see what we get for cave, though. Is Grant Hardin in a cave? No, I don't think he's in a cave. This is a Page of Cups, and it's a card more of well, water. We've got some water in this card, but it also is a card of not being able to communicate and being I just feel it's telling us he's in a place where they will not be able to communicate with him, find him. I'm getting the whole drone thing, that kind of stuff, track him, be able to, I just feel like he's hiding in a good place. In a good place. It feels like a very good place. It doesn't feel like a cave. All right, so let's ask flat out, where is Grant Hardin right now? Where is he? And we will ask, that is one thing I forgot to put, but I am putting it now for a landmark. Now, if you're out in a bunch of trees, the closest known landmark could be far away. So, but we are going to ask that. Okay, so where is Grant Hardin at this moment? Where is he? Okay, so this is it's a woman sitting by the water, and we did get the Page of Cups, which is also a water card. We did see that he may be traveling waterways. This gives me a fork. I feel like you know how there's a fork in a river sometimes? That's kind of the impression I'm getting, like by a fork of a river. All right. We did get that he had been in a structure. Feels like he's in a structure. Or was in a structure very recently. Let's see. We're going to ask more about where he is, but I'm going to ask if he's crossed a border. Is he still in Arkansas? I'm going to pull a card for Arkansas and a card for crossing a border. So is he still in Arkansas? Is Grant Hardin still in Arkansas? I'm getting this card. Yeah, I think he is. I think he is because this is well, he's got a lot of plans there. Knight of Pentacles, and we got that planning before. He's got a lot of plans and he's got sort of like the layout, meaning this guy, if we're looking at what this guy's done, he's put his seeds in the ground. He's ready to harvest eventually, but nothing's really growing yet. So I think he's like heading in the direction of getting out, but he isn't yet. I feel like he's still there. So we don't even have to pull a card asking about him being there or not. I feel like he's still there. Right now he's still there. He's planning, but he's still there. Okay. Let's ask how he plans to get out of Arkansas. How does he plan to get out of Arkansas? Because he is planning. I see that. How does he plan to get out of Arkansas? Interesting. The Knight of Pentacles is like a stopped horse, right? Makes me wonder, is he getting on a truck or something? Like a stopped truck? I'm going to try to get in the back and go somewhere. All right. So Knight of Swords. Interesting, because now we have another horse travel. When we asked about how he's going to get out. And this is like fast, doing something really quickly and getting out, kind of being aggressive too. I hate to say it, but I see some sort of aggression here. That and then the travel. We are going to ask if he does harm someone. I hope not. But that does make me feel like he's going to very aggressively do something. That could even be like a carjacking or something. All right. Let's concentrate on tips for searchers. Tips for searchers to find this guy. Grant Hardin, tips for searchers. We are going to ask if he does get found. Tips for the people searching for him right now. Okay, that is being hidden in like a lot of brush, bramble, or going through things. Got this card when a dog escaped, and it escaped like through the fence and it kept escaping. I know, weird analogy, but it's pushing through something. So look what he's pushing through. Right now, he's pushing through something. Doesn't necessarily have to be a fence. Could be woods. There's like difficulty, and it's somehow he's hiding his face while he's doing this. It's very interesting because it kind of reminds me right here of how he impersonated the prison guards. I know you're like, how does that card say that? But he pretended to be somebody else. He hid his face and wanted an activity. He was pushing some sort of like something with wood on it, it looked like. And I feel like he's still doing that. I feel like he's still kind of impersonating things. So, yeah, like, I would check. Don't look just for that uniform. He very well may have other clothes on at this point. Okay. A clue to know where to go. Clue to know where to go. If I was still doing, if I had more time, I would do more map dowsing and things like that. Clue to know where to go, because that was really beneficial. It's just time. Time, not my friend. Clue to know where to go. All right, Ace of Cups. So again, we got the water. We have him making plans. We have had a couple water cards. We have had this activity going on. Is there water by where he is? And is there a way that he could be like a stowaway? Could he take something over? I feel like he's traveling through the water to get where he wants to go without leaving scent. So that I also feel like this could be a bridge. It often stands for a bridge, and all of a sudden in my mind I got a bridge. I feel like it could possibly be by a bridge potentially, and hiding out maybe by a bridge. But I feel like also that kind of dove going into the cup. I feel like him like going into something. I would check. I don't know if I don't even know where he is. I know he's in Arkansas. I would look by a waterway. I feel like that's where he may be. Um, that's where his plans are leading him. We did see him going into what felt like some sort of shelter too, but I feel like his plans are leading him to more of a waterway. And I do, yeah, I'm getting kind of, for some reason, this is reminding me of the nautical sign, that little, I'm getting something like that. So I think his plan is to escape their waterways. Yeah, I would definitely check any waterways around there, and especially around a bridge, especially for some reason I'm getting like a bigger, bigger boats. Do they have things like that that move cargo, things like that? Okay. Let's ask Willie Beef. Oh, let's ask closest known landmark to where he is. That's good. Closest known landmark that most people would know in Arkansas. I'm not going to know what this is. Closest known landmark. But remember, we did this with, was it Riley Strain? Was he the kid that got lost in the water? And we did it, and we got the world card, and he was right by the nation's neighborhood. So, you got to like look at it like, okay, what could that mean in relevance to where this is? So, closest known landmark for him. And I do feel it's this first card right here. Yeah, so ladies in the water. But what do we have here? The star. So what they're holding those two jugs. For some reason, those two jugs are jumping out at me. One jug in one hand, one jug in the other. Is there some sort of like statue or something with a lady pouring water? I would be into this star. Could be words with the star in it, meaning this thing's named Star whatever, Star Cafe, Star this, Star that. There's some sort of star, but I also feel strongly around this water. but there's two. There's the double, and I'm getting that fork in the road by the water again that we got in with that two of swords. So there's some sort of thing about two, um, something about star. I feel like maybe there's a statue around there. Yeah, I do. And maybe like even I know this sounds really weird, a sanctuary for animals, birds. Is there some sort of like this little bird back here? You may not even be able to see it. That little bird right there is really standing out to me as significant as well. Star sanctuary for animals, for birds. I don't know. I would look into that. I would look into something with those themes. Something with those themes for sure. Okay. I am seeing those waterways, which are just twisting and yeah, and meaning down here. See those? Oh, can you get a clear on that? There you go. See those twisty waterways? Not in the big water, but to the side. Those. Look for something twisty. Okay. Let's ask if this guy's going to be found. Is Hardin going to be found? Is Hardin going to be found? Well, that's the King of Pentacles. That possible. Possible. I think it actually looks pretty good. But Hardin's smart too, and I'm wondering if this card means him. It's a good card for is somebody going to be found? But at the same time, it makes me a little worried because he's smart too. Hardin's smart too. So let me get a little clarification on that. Is he going to be brought in? Is he going to be end up going back to prison? And we are going to be asking if he'll be taken alive. Will Hardin be going back in prison? So I don't know if he's going to be taken alive. I know I just jumped to that. I said I was going to ask later, but this is the Temperance, which is often a card of passing. I'm not sure he's going to be taken alive. What I want you to note here, though, is those two cups again. Remember, I was talking about two jugs in the star card, and that jumping out to me. And now we've got those two cups, and it was like I noticed that right away. Or is there a statue that looks like that? Because I got something with a statue. Or is there a statue that looks like that, and that's where he will be taken? But I'm not sure. I'm feeling more like he may not be going back alive. Let's just ask. Will he be taken into custody alive? Will Hardin be taken into custody alive? I know I just jumped by that last question too, but we're going to go back. Will Hardin be taken back into custody alive? This is like a questionable card. It's the Seven of Cups. And the thing with it is often something looks good and it's not. So it's like maybe you had a plan and it did not turn out right. You thought it was going to be like this and it was like that. I feel very much like something in his escape may looked good and then turned out not to be. Something he thought he was doing may look like the answer and the way out, and then it wasn't. That's what I'm getting. So, may I ask for a little clarification on this? Will he be found? Because we got that Temperance, which makes me think, well, if he's found, he might not be alive. Will he be found, though? Give us some clarification on that. Yeah, I do feel like he is going to be found. He is going to be found. This is a Sun card, and that's really a yes card to me. But there's choices he's making which are not good choices. Well, come on, he's a convict. I guess that makes sense. But also there's choices he's making that he thinks are good that are going to harm him. Let me put it that way. He may not come back alive. May not. Um, only because I've got that angel there, and it makes me a little question what's going to happen. Okay, let's ask, will it be soon or will it be a while until he's found? Because he is found. I'm seeing that. He is found. Will it be a while before he's found or kind of a soon? I do have cards that would tell me sooner or later. This is the Empress. So the Empress kind of just like is this comfortable lady who's just sitting there, not doing much. Um, hmm, hmm. Okay. It is possible. It is possible that they're just going to find him not alive. That is a possibility. Possibly, or with a woman. There could be this woman theme in there. In fact, I would not want to be around him if I knew him. Let me put it this way: a woman who he knew should be really careful right now. That's the way I would put it. That's the way I would put it. I'm going to ask if he's going to harm anybody else while he's out. Is he going to harm anybody else? Is that a possibility? Well, I don't even want to know if it's a possibility. I want to know if he'll do it. Is he going to harm anyone else while he's out? This is him trying to stand up to things. If he's got a sword, it's not good, but it's a page of swords, so it's not like full-fledged king of swords or that raging knight of swords we saw here. It's like, I'm going to try. I may succeed. It feels like he, as in Grant Hardin, is going to try to stand up to something he's ill-equipped to stand up to. And I think those are the baddest decisions that we saw before. I think he's going to try to fight back. He's not. He's ill-equipped to fight back. He's not going to do very good at that at all. And that may be where the angel pops in. It could be him trying to fight. Still questioning this sooner or later with the Empress there. Kind of an odd card to get for that. But it does make me feel if he's found, it's like he's like not moving. Okay. Did we do a landmark? We did. I think we did a clue to know where to go. Anything else we should know about Grant Hardin? Anything else we should know about Grant Hardin? All right, so this is fighting. This is the 5 of wands. This is, I do believe he is going to possibly be in some sort of, it looks like it, potentially a shootout or a fight or something. I mean, it just doesn't look like he goes willingly. It looks like there's all this, him trying to stand up and fight. And I'm seeing that again. Seeing that again. So it looks like he is trying to fight people, possibly, probably the police. And that, well, let me see. When he's fighting people, tell me the outcome of that. Tell me the outcome of Grant Hardin having this, I want to say shootout or fight out or whatever he's doing. Tell me the results of Grant Hardin. Okay, so that is storing up. That is storing up. So that's okay. So very possibly he is storing up right now some things to fight with. That's what it feels like. Feels like he could be breaking into places, trying to get things to, and maybe that's where the house came in, trying to fight in the future. Because it feels like he's storing up. I'm thinking of these as little bullets. I feel like he's trying to store things up. So you very well maybe let me ask if he has a weapon on him. Just feels like he may have a weapon on him. Okay, tell us about Grant having a weapon on him. That's this card right here. Okay, this is him. Remember I said it just felt like he was trying to get in the water and move maybe across something? All right, here I see him in a boat moving. So I do feel like he's going to try to get in a boat and move. I do. Or some sort of water something to get across the water. I feel like he's going to try to get across the water. Does Arkansas ever like border something else and there's some water? Yeah, I think, isn't it Oklahoma on that one side? That would be quite a ways for him. But I don't know the rest of Arkansas well enough to say. Um, I do feel like he's trying to cross. I think potentially by a bridge because we saw the bridge. And I do think he's trying to get across. And I do think he is. I do feel worried about a woman and a kid. I just feel worried about a woman and a kid. It may be a woman who was in a relationship with him before. Remember, he did have a woman and child when he was arrested, and it makes me worried for them. This whole thing makes me worried for them. I don't know why, but it keeps popping in my head. Like that could be where he wants to go. And we saw the son. I think he had a daughter. I don't know if he had a son, but it's a child card. Just a little worried about some of those cards that I'm getting because it's making me nervous. And this definitely could stand for a daughter, and that just popped in my head. Just a little nervous about this outcome. I do feel like there's going to be some fight in the end. He's going to try to stand up to something. He's ill-equipped to fight. It may not go, I don't think it's going to go in his favor. I don't know that he's going to be taken alive. Not 100% on that. I'll ask for clarification on that. Will he be taken alive? We've got cards that sort of allude to there's going to be a fight. Possibly not taken alive. Will he be taken alive? Okay, so here's the storing up thing again. The 8 of Pentacles, and this is a working card. So again, it feels like he may pretend he is a worker. It does. It feels like he may pretend he is a worker. That's possibly how he gets on a ship, a boat, something, pretending he is a worker. He's good at this pretending thing, and it feels like he could be doing that again. It's very strange. Very strange. Very strange card for being caught alive because that guy looks alive. He does look alive, as did some of these other cards. So I'm going like this right now. I do feel like there is some sort of fighting, definitely an aggressiveness to get what he wants. And then I worry about this potential of a woman and a child somehow being afflicted in this. I'll just ask one more time. Anything else we should know before we go? Anything else we should know? I didn't get a real clear answer to will it be found sooner or later? Anything else we should know before we go? Okay. All right, so here's a partnership. That's a man and a woman. So that does make me a little worried about, is he going to try to go see a woman and hope that she's going to help him? Because we had stuff like that before. Remember I was telling you, I was a little nervous about a woman, a little nervous. There's cups, water. We saw this theme of water and him kind of crossing water and getting kind of away their water. So let's see where this all goes. Let's see where this all goes. Looks like somebody does him a favor, which is bizarre. Bizarre, but that's kind of where I'm going with it, what I'm seeing so far. All right, well, that's my reading on Grant Hardin. Take care, everyone.